The Rock recently revealed a never-before-told story about what happened between himself and The Shield, so we'll see what he had to say. We'll also take a look at the latest with Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks' car, and more. Let's start things off with The Rock's story. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, and The Rock were all recently taking part in an Instagram live session together, and a lot of stories were exchanged. Becky and Seth talked about how the both of them have earned the trust from WWE to write their own promos. They talked about how there'll be certain points that WWE wants them to touch, but how the rest of the promo is all up to them and whatever they feel like saying. Becky also talked about how this recent shoulder injury had given her more time to work on her book about her life, so she plans on finishing that up within the next few months as well. The biggest talked about moment from the live stream came from a story that The Rock told about a time in early 2013, where The Shield gave him a triple power bomb. The Rock was feuding with CM Punk, and Punk had The Shield under his control at the time. So he sent him out there to beat The Rock down before their big Royal Rumble WWE title match. The Shield did their thing and laid The Rock out, but they had powerbombed him so hard that he started coughing up blood. Coughing up blood usually doesn't happen from your everyday powerbomb move, so Roman and Seth definitely noticed and reacted to The Rock's blood in different ways. The Rock had this to say about that story, quote, "You know what was really cool? When The Shield attacked me before Royal Rumble and powerbombed me, and I remember Seth, I was on Roman's shoulders. He threw me down so hard on the mat, busted my blood vessels. Blood started coming out of my mouth. Roman looked down and was like, 'You okay, Uso?' And before I can answer, Seth was like, 'Who gives a blank?' and walks away." End quote. So everyone remembers that moment between The Rock and The Shield, but no one knew that all these mini interactions were going on in the middle of the segment. Roman Reigns was instantly worried for The Rock, but it was Seth Rollins who mostly stayed in character and told Roman not to care. So it was obviously horrible that The Rock popped that blood vessel, but in the end, the sight of the blood just added more to the segment. It made it more memorable and made The Shield look very impactful that they made someone as big as The Rock cough up blood from a powerbomb. It really added so much to The Shield's mystique and what they would later turn out to be over those next few years. The Rock and Roman Reigns would end up sharing the ring together just 2 years later when The Rock assisted Roman in winning the Royal Rumble. But since then, they haven't really had any big moments together in the ring. So the question on everybody's mind is if we'll see another scenario down the line where The Rock is in the ring with Roman Reigns or even Seth Rollins. But that'll all come down to The Rock's WWE return. He has not been on WWE television since the SmackDown premiere on Fox back in October 2019. So the wait for his return will continue. Sasha Banks recently took to her Instagram story to share a scary experience that she just had in Oakland, California. According to Sasha, she had parked her car outside for no more than 5 minutes, and it was broken into in broad daylight. Sasha was able to get her hands on some security camera footage from nearby businesses, and the footage showed everything from start to finish. A silver car parked right next to Sasha's car, and one of the suspects hopped out of the back door and crouched over to look in Sasha's trunk. When he saw that something was in there, he made his way back to the car, grabbed his tool, then came back to the car to break the back window. He grabbed everything that was in the trunk, ran back into the car, and the car drove off. Thankfully for Sasha Banks, she didn't lose anything of real value. She says that the only thing that they got away with was a bunch of hair products. So still no word if it was a targeted break-in or just a random crime, because the footage shows that these 3 criminals came right for Sasha's car and ignored all the others. Sasha took to Instagram stories to show the aftermath of the broken back window, and she also posted the footage of the suspects themselves. So thankfully, nothing important was lost, but it's still a horrible experience that no one should ever have to go through. So, right before SummerSlam, Alexa Bliss spoke some strong words on Raw about how she was ready to get her hands on the women's title and face the winner of Bianca versus Becky. SummerSlam came and went, but Alexa didn't really make any progress with her mission of getting back into the title picture. Instead of coming after Bianca Belair, Alexa has instead joined forces with Bianca to take on control. Alexa Bliss was recently a guest on WWE's The Bump and was questioned about this same exact topic, about where she stands right now with her quest to get her hands back on the Raw Women's title for the first time in 4 years. Alexa had this to say about coming after Bianca, quote, "It's gonna be great tagging with Bianca, but I still have the goal of being at the top of the women's division again. It's been a long time. It's been about 4 years since I've held a singles championship for the women's division. And I look forward to changing that as soon as I can, whether that's against Bianca or anyone else on the roster. But right now, we're all tagging together and seeing how that goes at Clash. And then after that, it's every woman for themselves. I think she's done great as a champion. It's not only just how dominant she is, it's how dominant her opponents are against her. Anyone she faces, she brings out their strengths, as well as exposes their weaknesses and wins with her strength and her talent. I think that's really important for a champion to also highlight your opponent, as well as show why you're the better competitor, and that's why you're champion. But we'll see, her days are numbered after Clash," end quote. So it looks like this temporary alliance between Alexa, Asuka, and Bianca will end immediately after Clash at the Castle, no matter the result of the match. And even though we recently gained another heel on the Raw Women's roster with Bayley's return, another big heel was lost after Becky Lynch's babyface turn. So, could a heel turn from Alexa Bliss spice things up for her character, and spice things up for the entire Raw Women's division altogether? Sure, there were some moments during this story with Bray Wyatt where Alexa seemed heel, but that story eventually got messy and it was hard to tell what her character even was. So, excluding everything that went on with the Bray Wyatt story, Alexa Bliss hasn't been a full heel since her last world title run in 2018. 4 years of no single titles, and 4 years of being a babyface. Maybe a heel turn and coming after Bianca Belair will bring Alexa back to those 2018 days. So maybe that's the twist that Alexa has to go through to get back into the world title scene on Raw. But what are your thoughts on all of today's stories with The Rock, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.